At what point do we stop this mental prostitution around religions that are man-made and man-oriented by foreigners, and realize that spirituality is the supreme need of all the people who walk this earth, and that all of them can do without? And that all religion is artificial. When you look at the major organized religions of the world, they are all male chauvinist murder cults. When you deserted your system controlled by elders, where the elder was literally the Supreme Court of your family, and began to go into the civil nonsense of the Europeans, you missed the point, because the court system, the customary court system, was not based on European-type evidence. It was based on whether you violated the custom that governs the entire group. And if you violated the custom that governs the entire group, then you have endangered the whole group. And the entire group have a right to call you to task. The leaders, the court was the elders. The electing of a king was the elders, the elder women, the elder men. And yet the lowest and the youngest person could communicate and get his word passed forward. The Africans never used the word democracy, and yet he was democratic. He never found any religious fakeries shouted to the world, "I am my brother's keeper." He just kept it. Because if you have to say, "I am my brother's keeper," I suspect you don't want to keep it. It is time that we study these old systems and study our own family and how we use the concept of the elders in our family. We have not examined our own family. We will use it. We brought the system over. We didn't forget it. We didn't discard it. You remember the days when, no, most of you are not as old as I am. I keep forgetting that. I'm fortunate enough I'm 70 and holding, and I've been holding a few years. But there was a time when the annual visit to grandma was something so desired. If a little boy would start cutting up, if you don't behave yourself, I ain't going to take you to grandma, he'd straighten up and get his little self together. Because he knew he'd go into grandma and those special hugs, special cookies, the little thing that grandma had fixed for him during the interim, you know, little pants, she sewed something special for him, made a little shirt for him. I mean, a visit to grandma, the elder, and to grandpa, who you're going to fiddle around with him and joke around, josh him around and carry him on his head. And the visit to grandma and grandpa was a great event in a child's life. Now, where you going to visit grandma? In a nursing home? She's depressed. You got a 3-room apartment. Where your grandma going to stay? You're civilized now. You got rid of the one thing that would have done you more good, because she related to the children, she related to you, she related to all those nieces and nephews, and she could pull a girl aside and know what whether she's misbehaving or not, and answer the obvious questions. Tell her, don't let that boy touch you in a certain way now. In other words, keep your dress down. And grandma can say it in such a way, you be afraid to think about it. See what we have lost here in this country, the whole concept of eldership. Now, the most successful slave revolts that we've developed outside of Africa was really in the Caribbean islands. And you study Boatman, in the Haitian revolt, you study eldership. Study Kojo, in the Maroon revolt in Jamaica, you study eldership. Study Kofi, in the Babis revolt in Guyana, you study eldership. Then you go to Africa and you study eldership again, that continues. When you study the Zulu Wars, you study Mzela Giza broke from Chaka to find the second Zulu Empire. And when he made that decision to move over the Drakensberg Mountains, and he suddenly discovered that he had spoken without the consent of the elders, and he prostrated himself. He fell on his feet, on his stomach, and begged forgiveness, and said to the old men, I have spoken like a child. I have made a decision without consulting my father. My eyes are weak, you know. They mean I'm crying. This man, a warrior strong enough to break from Chaka, one of the great natural warriors of all time. Strong enough to start the second Zulu Empire. And yet he had made a decision without consulting his elders. And finally, when they gave him permission, and he took that army over and found the second Zulu Empire. Here you see eldership as it's traditional at best. And when, after the death of Chaka's mother, and the Zulus are patrilineal as against matrilineal, in most African people, the lineage comes down to the female side. The Zulus are different. Comes down to the male side. And yet, when Chaka said that there'd be no crops planted for the year in memory of his mother, that was all right. 15,000 people would guard her grave for a year, that was all right. There'd be no laughter. He would punish people even laughing for a year. They took that. He named the cows, and the cows would mourn. That was all right. No matter how they sound with to your Western mind, this is one of the greatest tributes a man ever paid to the woman who gave him birth. But when he said no cohabitation for a year, the old women said, the elder women said, our king is crazy. We must get rid of him now. And in a patrilineal society, the women made the decision to ceremoniously put Chaka to death. The important is the fact that the decision to ceremoniously put Chaka to death was made by women, the old women, the elder women in the group. Now you see how African eldership operates